and welcome to TRF Tuesday. This is the Trauma Research Foundation's weekly mini workshop series from bright and diverse voices in integrative mind-body practice. Please subscribe if you're watching on YouTube. It tells YouTube this content is valuable and they'll show it to more people. We'll do our best to take questions at the end of the session. Just drop them in the chat. And we're so happy you're joining us for Meditate with Michael. Today's session is called Acceptance. It's my great pleasure to introduce you to our presenter. Michael Lee is the founder of Phoenix Rising Yoga Therapy and a world-traveled conference presenter, author, and teacher. His work is based on the essence of yoga and mindfulness practices that have relevance in today's world for supporting greater emotional and mental well-being and personal transformation. Michael is the author of the books Phoenix Rising Yoga Therapy, Bridge from Body to Soul, and Turn Stress into Bliss. He is also a contributing author to the American Psychological Association published book, Beyond Talk Therapy. Michael has been a keynote speaker at several international yoga therapy and integrative health conferences. Michael, so happy to have you here. Take it away.
Thank you, Mary. So good to be here too. I didn't think I was going to make it today with all the snow that we're having out here in Western Mass, but as it turned out, my power came on again after it had been off for a while, and here we are. So I'm very pleased to be with you today. So I want to just welcome any newcomers. If you weren't here last week and this is your first time to meditate with me, just a little bit about the practice in general, and then we'll launch right into it. I won't take up too much time with talk. Meditation to me is a way of coming home to myself. That's the way I love to put it, that there's this home. We can go all over the world looking for holy places, sacred places, places of pilgrimage. Yet there's no better home than right here in this physical body. It's just a wonderful place of refuge and pilgrimage, if we're willing to enter the domain, so to speak. What does that mean, entering the domain? It means we have to leave the baggage at the door. So basically leaving behind a lot of the things that busy our mind and just coming to a place of stillness and presence. Now, that gets meditation a little bit of a bad rap sometimes because people say, well, I can't leave the baggage at the door. It always goes with me. It goes everywhere I go, and I can't stop thinking about it. And that's understandable. Many of us like that. And the thing is, it doesn't matter if you still bring it with you. It doesn't matter if you still have it and you're noticing all the thoughts and everything going on. As I said last week, I think if you are thinking and you notice you are thinking, guess what? You are meditating, as long as you're noticing it, right? So if you have thoughts going through your mind, busy, that's okay. Just notice, there's my mind being busy again today, yeah? And let it be. So today we're looking at actually the themes of awareness and acceptance. And these are two of the key pieces to the overall path towards a greater sense of peace of mind, balance, harmony, equanimity, if you like, in life. We try in life to come to that place where we can be in the messiness of life, but not let the messiness in life take us into places where we're engaging in a way with ourselves and others that is non-life giving, where we're taking away rather than giving to life. It's great if we can somehow come to find that place within ourselves where that we can be with life as it is, and we can actually be a contributor to life and support others and live a flourishing life, basically. Human flourishing. Big lot of research being done on that lately. So we're about creating that state of being for ourselves, and it's a progression. It's not a straight line. It takes practice. It takes awareness, but not only awareness. It takes acceptance. Awareness is key though, because once we're aware of something, we can change it. Can't change anything unless we're aware. Right? And a lot of people think of awareness as all the stuff out there, and that's part of awareness. But there's a more important awareness than all of that, and that's the awareness that's here inside of ourselves. How are we being with ourselves? How are we responding to our thoughts? How are we responding to our feelings? How do we respond to the sensations in our body? How do we respond to things changing within us and around us? The big one for all of us is we are all getting older, old age. All of us at various times in our life experience sickness. How do we choose to be with that when that comes along as part of life? Yeah. And so there's ways to be more mindful of that, more aware of that, and more present to that. And that's what the practice is all about. So acceptance also is really a precondition for change. We can be aware of something, and if we can accept it, then we can change it. If we don't accept it, then we're going to stay in denial, and we're probably going to fight whatever's happening. So it's important to take those two pieces into consideration. Now, what we'll do is I'll guide you through a practice, and the practice is a little bit like entering a swimming pool. We start at the shallow end and we just go deeper in. And so I'll be guiding you, first of all, in awareness of physical sensations, breath, so on, and then we'll slowly progress into deeper levels of awareness and acceptance. The acceptance part, you'll hear me cue that a lot, and that's really just inviting you to give yourself permission to be with whatever's happening rather than fight it or struggle with it. Just simply allow and be with. Notice. Now, it's a little bit like don't push it away, but also don't grab onto it either, right? There's an in-between place between pushing something away and grabbing onto it. What's that in-between place? That's what we're really looking for. So noticing and then letting go. Noticing, letting go. And I'll be guiding that as well. Okay. So position for meditation, and this is optional. You can be standing, sitting, or lying. Sitting is the preferred method, but you don't have to do that. If your body today says, I need to lie down on the floor or on a couch and I feel better there, that's fine. Just as much as you can, have a straight spine and a flat back, whether you're standing, sitting, or lying. If you're sitting, find a way to support yourself with the spine slightly elongated but not strained. So the seat of your buttocks is firmly planted on whatever you're sitting on, chair, floor, cushion, pillow, whatever it is. And your back is slightly elongated but not strained. Shoulders relaxed and your hands somewhere in your lap or wherever they feel comfortable. And I like to turn the palms of the hands upward, but that's not necessary. If you prefer them down, that's okay. Yeah. And find that position. Then if it works for you to close your eyes, just softly close your eyes. Or if you don't like to close your eyes, it gets a little edgy when you do that, you can just glance down at the floor 3 or 4 feet in front of where you're sitting or standing and just allow a soft gaze into a single spot or single area. And then begin to just notice your breath as it is. You don't have to force it or make it change. Just simply notice that you're breathing. Here I am sitting and breathing and aware of that. And then for 3 or 4 breaths, the next 3 or 4, you can deepen the breath a little, not too much, just a little bit. Just make it a little deeper on the inhale and let the exhale take a little longer and be a little slower. But no strain. Let it be an easeful, elongated breath. And then after a few of those, just allow it to normalize again, find its own rhythm. And if thoughts are coming into your mind, just notice whatever the predominant one happens to be right now. Say hello to it and let it pass through. And the best way to do that is just notice it and then gently come back to the focus on your breath. We'll use the breath for the focus to begin with. If focusing on the breath is not working for you, you can focus on something else. perhaps the sensation in your body, or the rise and fall of your belly, or simply the feel of your skin or your body. There's many things you can focus on. But if it works for you, the breath is a good anchor. And I'll cue for the breath, but if you're using a different focus, that's okay. And as you breathe, notice the sensations of breathing. Perhaps as you breathe in through your nose, you notice the feel of the air, maybe the temperature of the air, warm, cool, or somewhere in between. You may notice the feel of the air and the in-breath just on one part of the nostril. You may also notice where the breath goes after it enters the body. Now be mindful of any thought that might intrude that makes any judgment about your breath. Things like, oh, I'm not doing it right, or I can't do this, or whatever. And if you notice those thoughts, just notice them. Say hello to them. Welcome them. Don't push them away. Just say, oh, yeah, there's the judge, or there's the whatever. Yeah. Let it be there. Be okay. And then just come back to the next breath. Let go of the judge then. Just be with the breathing as it is. No right, no wrong. Just this breath now, as it is. Notice how you're doing with that. Just being with the breath and letting go of any stories or right or wrong. Just letting the breath be. You may notice too where the breath goes to in the body after it enters the nose or the mouth. Where does it go to? Where does it end up? Chest, belly? As you breathe, you notice any movement in your body in any way. Maybe your belly rises and falls with each breath. If you can, see if you can hold the focus on the breath in those silent periods where I'm not talking. It's just silence. In this next period of silence, for 4 or 5 breaths, just try it, staying with the breath, staying with the focus. And if you wander away, it's okay. Just come back on the next one. And again, just noting where your mind is right now. Thinking, not thinking, whatever it is. And again, without judgment, just noticing. And coming back to the next breath again. And shifting the awareness to the body. Holding the breath awareness as well if you can. So you're breathing, but also noticing the head and the softness around the eyes and the nose and the mouth and the cheeks. Just letting the face soften. As you breathe out, it's a great time to just let the muscles go, those teeny tiny muscles in the face and the jaw, around the eyes. As you breathe out, next few breaths, just soften. And taking the softening down to the shoulders. As you exhale, just letting the shoulders drop a little. Still keeping the spine long, but no need for any tension anywhere else. Just let it soften. Softening around the chest. Belly. And again, as you bring awareness to different parts of your body, just notice any response that might come from your mind around any of these parts of your body. And if you notice it, just notice that you noticed and let it be. Let it be. No need to grab onto it. No need to get pushy and push it away too hard. Just simply let the awareness be there that your mind's doing a little commentary, and then just bring the awareness back to the body and the breath. Acceptance. It's not so much about making anything right, wrong, good or bad. It's just a simply noticing what's here, letting it be here without any struggle, but without any attachment either. Just as you might look at a picture on the wall. It's just there. No need to judge it or fix it. And feeling the arms and the hands soft. Feeling the length in the spine and the open chest. Any sensations in your body that draw your attention, just simply noticing them too. No need to fix them or push them away. Just let them be here. Any feelings that are there. Same thing, just notice. Let them be here without grabbing on or pushing away. Here in this home, all is welcome. And for the next few breaths, on the end of the out breath, just softly say to yourself the word here, here. And if here feels like a pretty good place to be, maybe add the word home. Home here. Take your left hand and just bring it up and find a place on your chest where you can just position that left hand flat on your chest. Maybe find a soft spot under your hand. There's a part of your chest there that's just very soft and receptive. The hand find its home there. And once again, under the hand, just say the word here. Here. And here in this body, this magnificent arrangement of atomic particles, very similar to all that's out there, holds the same energy that holds the stars and planets in place. Some of that same energy right here. As you acknowledge the magnificence, also inquire. There's guidance here, there's wisdom here. If we listen deeply, sometimes it has some wisdom for us. Maybe not. Some days, yes, some days not. But right now, if you notice anything here for you right now, any guidance, any wisdom, if there is, just receive it. Don't have to do anything with it right now. Just acknowledge it, notice it, feel it, embody it. And thank you, body. Let your hand come back down to your lap. A few more breaths, slowly bringing the awareness back to wherever you are, the room, the device in front of you. Thanks for joining this practice today. May it serve you and support your flourishing in life. And let's just send that simple wish for all beings. May all beings flourish in their life and be free of suffering. I thank you. Now, there'll be a little time left for you to share anything that came to you that you might like to share to the group. That's often a powerful addition to the practice, is to actually acknowledge publicly if there's something of significance for you that you're taking away from the meditation that you might use to guide you in some way. It's very powerful. So if there's anything anyone would like to share, that would be great. But also any questions and any other comments.
Yeah, so if anyone has comments or questions, drop them in the chat. We'll get to as many as we can in the next couple minutes. I'll add for myself personally when we're going through it. And when you said to relax all the little facial muscles, that's when it really sort of like took to another level, because that's something you're just doing. I'm personally doing all the time, right? And when I'm reminded that I'm doing that, there's this southern level of relaxation.
Great, thanks, Pat.
What's going on?
So someone says, could you read that one from Ruby? I kept having
intrusive thoughts about how I don't deserve time to meditate and how I should be working instead. Any advice on how to combat that?
Yeah, that's a good one. Although very, very, very common. We should be working. We should be doing other things. It's funny. I just listened to a broadcast from Robin Sharma. Some of you may have heard of him, and he's now recommending 3 hours a day meditation, or 3 hours a day of practice, or 1 hour of meditation, 3 hours a morning. Basically saying it's an investment, a best investment you can make. I'm kind of in agreement. I don't do 3 hours, but it's a great thing to look at it that way. Look at it as an investment. Like you are a human being, and you need to have maintenance time. You need to have downtime. So take it, absolutely. What else is there, Pat?
10-point drop in my heart rate. Someone said, I cried when I had my hand on my chest and said home. I really love the idea of feeling safe and at home in my own body. I can take that with me.
Beautiful. Come home anytime at all.
Someone said it really touched them when they said thank you to the body.
Yeah.
Someone asked, and we get this one a lot, and I also wonder this myself. I start to nod off a little, and your voice would bring me back. Is that okay?
Yeah, that'll happen, and that's okay. Yeah, it's your body's letting down. You're relaxing. It's a sign you're relaxing. And when you do relax, if your body is tired or your mind is tired, it's going to take a rest, and you'll nod off. And I've actually seen a meditation teacher in front of a room of 600 people, and the teacher nods off, because he's going so deep into the meditation. So yeah, it does happen. Just notice it. No need to panic. And if you come back, you come back. If you end up having a nap, well, catch it up tomorrow. You can meditate again tomorrow.
You need it. I think that's about all the time we have.
Well, Michael, thank you so much for being with us and teaching us not to judge our thoughts, not to judge ourselves. We look forward to session 3. Audience, thank you for taking time out of your day to connect to yourself and enjoy this weekly refresher. We're so happy you're here, whether you're new to TRF or you're already part of our community. You'll find past sessions in the TRF Tuesday library under the resources tab on our website. There's a link in the chat as well to offer some feedback about today's session. We'd really love to hear from you. Behind the scenes, our TRF team members, Pat Murray, Star Muhammad, and Connor McCann. I'm Mary Frangie, and we look forward to seeing you all next time. Thank you so much. We're sorry for the messages we're not able to get to, but come back next week and we'll talk then. Bye, everyone.